This is the Zo-Daddy,
This is the ManCandy.
and we are on podcast number 20.
Yes.
This is a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah, anytime we get these cool numbers, we got to make it a good episode. So I think everyone's in for a treat today.
100%, especially, well, never mind. I'm not going to
You don't want to
give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away. So a little quick recap of episode number 19 on the interview tips. I've had a lot of people come up and basically thank me for getting a job for them.
Yeah, and they all want to work for the ManCandy, it sounds like.
Oh, you're getting some applicants? Did you hire the position yet?
Not yet. I have a couple people. I narrowed it down to my top 3 or 4, and now these people are going in for more in-person interviews with other team members, so hopefully we'll be extending an offer here shortly.
Oh, there we go, ManCandy. Who would not want to work for ManCandy?
Probably Miss Candy, I would say.
Miss Candy would not want to work for you. That is a good call. Well, name that sound.
Name that sound.
I know I was stumped last time.
Yes,
so
you were.
Let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
This is a recap last week's?
Yep, last week's What's That Sound?
Oh, man. So I was thinking the trouble game where you're tapping it.
So that was, we figured it out, that was trouble? Or was
yeah,
it...
that's what Mrs. Zo-Daddy said.
Or not Bobble?
Or no, not Bobble.
Okay.
I think. Man. One more time.
All right.
Just really quick. It could be an ice cube coming out of your freezer.
Yeah, we've already done that one, though.
I know. I give up.
All right. So I was sitting in the parking lot waiting to pick up my daughter and just hit the turn signal on my car.
Oh, I would never have gotten that.
I didn't want it to go too long because I figured you'd get it if it
yes.
you constantly heard the clicking sound.
I never would have gotten that. That's all right. Man, can you stump me?
All right.
Stump me. All right.
I think you're gonna get this.
All right.
So
Sandlot.
No. All right, here we go. This is this episode's What's That Sound?
Oh, jeez, that's obvious.
I know.
That was obvious. Jeez, did you just do this right before you came over here?
I'm not gonna divulge any secrets or anything.
That's the garage door closing. That's an obvious one.
It could be.
Oh, it definitely is. You hit the thing for the garage door to close, ManCandy. That's an obvious one.
I'm just saying it could be.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I know I'm right. So.
All right. Well, how about this? One more time.
Oh, one more time.
One more time.
I was going to say, you better not give me a new sound. Huh?
No.
All right. Oh, jeez. You could have probably done it like less than a second. I would have got it.
If you know What's That Sound,
it's a garage door closing.
Feel free to add it on X at JO Tips Podcast or just give us a shout in the comment section here on Spotify.
All right.
Here we go.
Episode
20.
20. We were coming up with some ideas, and I think what better advice from 2 married guys to give dating tips.
Yeah.
I think, we've been maybe out of the dating world for quite some time,
Sure.
but man, I still remember, some of the things Zo-Daddy did back in the day with his, 3 girlfriends of his lifetime. Man, I have some good tips to offer.
Well, and prior to coming over and doing this, I was telling Miss Candy about what we were recording about, and she's like, "Why are you 2 talking about first dates tips? You haven't been on first dates in a long time." And I was like, "Yeah, well, obviously our tips worked."
That's right.
So
our tips work. That's
you're
right.
welcome.
So I cannot. I hope some of our listeners I know are married. Some are single.
Yeah.
This could maybe hopefully work for Mook if he decides to tune in.
That's right.
He's been claiming he's not ready to watch an episode, but I think episode 20 he's going to get forced. I say some MP boys are going to basically force him to listen to this one and,
I agree.
and get him out there and start dating.
Well, considering that our marriage tips is pretty much our number 1 or number 2,
yes.
It flip flops back and forth between this one and the MP episode. So why not give the audience what they want?
No, I agree. So I take it we're going to do it for like the guy's perspective on some of these tips.
Sure.
Okay. So first tip number 1. If you're going to take, a special person out, the guy should buy on the first date.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I think no splits. Just be a gentleman and pick up the tab.
How many dates do you go in and until it's time to have that conversation about, hey, do you want to...
Want to split it?
Yeah.
That might be another podcast, but I would say maybe the first 2 or 3, and then after that you can talk about the split bill.
Okay.
Yes. So that was my first tip. I didn't write anything down. I see you got some stuff written down.
Barely. It's not as much as I normally do.
All right.
So.
What's one of your tips?
Have an activity plan.
Oh, I like that tip.
So like the younger generation now, is it like dinner and a movie a common first date, or is it more of an activity of like going mini golfing, or I guess I don't know. We've been out of it for a long time.
Well, I still remember my first date with Mrs. Zo-Daddy, and we went to Applebee's, and I panicked. Panicked because she ordered some chicken wrap of some sort, and I pretty much wanted a burger, but I just said, yeah, I'll do the same thing. And I was eating food that I normally would never, had tomatoes in. I don't eat tomatoes. But
you ate it?
But I ate it on that date, and I was a little nervous. And then we went mini golfing.
Okay.
And guess who won?
Obviously.
Jeez. When you're the better of the two athletes, I'm gonna get it done. I'm not gonna lose. ManCandy. That's another tip. If you do an activity, make sure you do not lose. That's display the dominance of that first date. Like, hey, whoa, this person's pretty good.
Sure.
Doesn't look good to lose on the first date. I'm sure Mrs. Candy probably would have beat you though.
Well, our first date, Miss Candy invited me over to. She was still in college at the time.
Okay.
She invited me over to her apartment because I was in town for a job interview. She said, "Oh, why don't you come on by? I'll make you some dinner, and we'll just hang out for while you're in town."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she never ended up making anything, so we had to walk and go get Chinese food. Came back to her apartment and watched a movie.
There we go. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
Did you get a first date kiss?
I think so.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Is that common?
What's your opinion? Oh, that's a good question. That could be another tip. Another big tip. Don't move too fast.
Sure.
All right. Just wait a couple dates to mess around a little bit. I mean, it's okay. I think I might have given her a quick little. I don't think I gave her a quick little peck on the cheek. I did. I don't know if I should say what I said to her on the first date. That was. I might as well throw it out there to the audience. I did tell her I was a virgin on the first date, and she just said, "I'm not." But she did say. That was very strange. Probably, a tip. I probably wouldn't have, probably said that, but I got nervous. I was a little nervous. But she did say later on that actually helped, just relax.
Break the tension.
Yes, break the tension. That's right. Good. Yeah.
So I guess maybe some of the events are helping to kind of break that tension, whether it's a movie, playing mini golf, going bowling, maybe do a wrestling event, to the mall, get some coffee. All these stuff that's your standard kind of first date kind of stuff, right?
Now the whole dating world has kind of changed with all these apps now.
Yeah.
It's hard. Back in the day, it was kind of getting set up by someone. Someone knows, oh yeah, they're single, and I still like that. I still like, hey, I think these two would be a good little match, and getting set up by a friend, and that's what happened. Happened with me. Diesel's wife kind of set us up, and Diesel said it wasn't going to work out. Yeah, but
proved him wrong.
That's right. That's right.
Is it technically a first date if you go with a big group of people?
Oh, depends. If you get some time to talk, and I guess. I don't know if that's considered a date or not. That just might have been just a social gathering, and probably not. But if you guys got time to sit down and talk with each other, then you could count it. You could count it either way.
Sure.
If you think it deserves to be counted as a first date, then count it.
Count it.
That's right. But going back to, the whole, not moving, take it slow. Get to, ask, almost like an interview.
Yeah, almost like an
Yeah, you're interviewing this person. I'm hoping that you get a good conversation and keep the conversation going and just
Well,
see.
should we give them some conversation tips?
That I don't know why not.
Sure.
Just what you like. Just little things to get to know the person. That's a huge tip. Is just to get to know them and what they want. And where they see for careers, and that's a good talking point. Is careers and I don't know if you want to talk about children on a first date, but that's later on.
Sure.
But these conversations got to happen fairly early in the relationship. I was just one of our listeners, what was his
Different
Stokes. Yep, different Stokes. He got off a long relationship where she didn't want to have kids, but maybe he had that relationship go on a little longer than it would because he wanted children, and that's going to be kind of a deal breaker, at some point, And so I think, he went 6 years with this girl.
Yeah.
And so just those little things with that conversations, getting a good communication. That's huge.
Okay, so I mean, maybe some other talking tips. You could talk about, I don't know, growing up. You could talk about, I don't know, if you're the person that you're on, the date with is a sports fan. You could talk about, different sports teams, and then especially if this person is a fan of a rival team, well, then you start kind of talking a little bit about that, and maybe some teasing and lighthearted joking going around.
Exactly.
So,
and that's another great place to take a date is to a sporting event.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be an excellent date. Would be okay. Let's go to a Badger football game or any type of event. I think that would be easy, low stakes.
Sure. But for a first date, do you think it's appropriate to talk about any previous relationships?
Oh, I think it's too. Dang, that's a tough question. And this is one I wish you would have asked, and I could have had some thinking stepped on the spot. It depends on how in depth your first date conversation goes.
Yeah.
Eventually that's going to get brought up at some point, but I don't think it has to be on a first date or even a first month. But I'd say after a month of dating, then those topics will probably come up and.
What was the thing that we saw on TikTok of the one woman that was asked, what are the 5 most unattractive things about a man or whatever?
Yes.
I think number 1 was one that plays video games.
Yep.
Number 2 was he collects figurines.
Yes.
I know gambling was on there somewhere.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, great. Well, ManCandy checks
Yeah,
out the top 2.
Yeah, with your wrestling figurines in your basement and playing video games, oh boy.
I'm so lucky.
Yes, I do not know how Miss Candy put up with your wrestling.
I mean, she's lucky too because I picked her. So.
That's true. That is true. Well, what other tips? I'm just thinking, don't be afraid to do some little surprises. Again, after a few dates, don't be afraid to give her a little care package or flowers or just anything that that was so
little stuffed animal.
Yes, anything like that. Just to make them feel appreciated.
Yeah. See, and these tips works, folks.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking to 2 experts here that have been married a long time and know what they're talking about.
That's right. It just might have been a while since our last tip. And then once you get married, maybe do it once in a while. But there's Miss Zo-Daddy sometimes says, I just give me some beef jerky. Do not worry about flowers. I don't want flowers. Just buy me some beef jerky once in a while.
Some beef jerky and some red vines.
Yes, that's it. If I for Christmas, if I can't get it at Walgreens, then she doesn't need it. Walgreens has it all: the red vines and the beef jerky. Oh, that's perfect.
All right, what else do we got?
Well, I would again remember some of those milestones. I would say early on, the first month. You almost do it monthly. First month, second month. Up until then after 3 months, then you can say celebrate 6 months, and then it goes every year.
Yeah.
After that, And then, when do you think? When do you think it's too early to, like, to make it official? I'm going to ask you
I mean,
some
how do
questions.
you? I mean, nowadays,
I don't know.
How do people make it official?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like in high school, like to make it official, you would ask somebody, "Will you go out with me?"
Yep.
And that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't. I guess I don't know. How do you make it? Is it with social media now? Is it considered Facebook official?
Yes, yeah.
Just yet,
That's what I'm wondering. I think it is like Facebook official. Like I was telling, later on, like if Miss Zo-Daddy decided, like, we went on a date and then she went on a date with someone else, I was gone.
Yeah.
But she, once you have Zo-Daddy, I mean, how do you?
I get it.
How do you go on a date with someone else? But that's to me, that's when it becomes official, is when you're like, okay, we went on a date and I'm not dating anyone else. Boom, this is it. And I want to know, you might have two different dates. I don't know how that works, and I don't know, after a certain amount of time, you should be like, nope, we're just exclusively with each other.
I guess it's hard to put a timetable with it because every relationship's going to be a little bit different.
Yep.
So I don't know, when me and Miss Candy got together, it was, it was pretty exclusive almost right away.
Right away.
So
that's what I was
we
wondering.
knew.
Okay, that's right. All right. Yeah, that's great. What else? Do you got any other tips
when you're first dating somebody, how soon is too soon to introduce them to family members?
Oh, that's a great one. I would say within, again, with how you feel like right away with being compatible. I think, Mrs. Zo-Daddy introduced me to, her mom. I would say before the first month of dating.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, probably about, 2 or 3, I think 3 weeks into it about.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be, that would be on the early side, but, I'd say anytime after a month, if it's going well, boom, introduce them.
Yeah,
That'd be
I would say probably within that. See, it was hard with Miss Candy being in college and whatnot, that it was hard to introduce her to family members. So I'd probably say it took a few months.
Yep.
Before that. But to getting back to our previous point when you were talking about when do you make it official, I think once an individual is comfortable in telling friends and family members about the other person, then you kind of know that, okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's a great tip right there.
So,
and I was going to get to that as far as with the friends. I mean, you can pretty much introduce them to friends on even on the first second date. You might, hey, well, I'm going to have you see some of my friends. I think that's all good. Because you want their input. You want
100%.
You want to see what they think about the person. So
yeah.
Wow,
jeez, man, we're just making love connections all over the place here.
I just hope this helps out for so many people.
You're welcome, listeners.
Yes,
you are welcome.
yes.
So,
I mean, I know there's many tips we could go and think about, but another tip is maybe if you have a certain skill, don't be afraid to show it off. If for example, like cooking is a skill, like, that wouldn't be for me, but hey, I want to show off and
make a dinner.
Make a dinner for like Mrs. Candy was supposed to do, and that never came.
Yeah.
But I think something like that. If you have a certain talent, display it early on in the relationship and show it.
Yeah, but my knowledge of wrestling isn't really.
that
had to wait. Yep. That had to wait a little bit before that came out of the box.
That's true.
To impress Miss Candy, so.
Yes, that is true. Yep. Oh, yes. Well, Candyman, I don't know if there's any other...
Like I said, you're welcome, listeners, and let us know if you're using any of our tips on any of your first dates.
And if you have some other tips that we might have missed, don't be afraid to, give us a little chat, and, send us a message and say, hey, you missed this crucial tip, and we'll probably... give you a shout out in the next episode.
Absolutely.
On missed, we can call it could be our, when we recap podcast 20, we could do a little segment on missed tips.
Sure.
Missed dating tips from our listeners.
Yeah, maybe we do an episode later on about bad first dates.
Ooh. Do you have any of those? I don't have any of those.
I could probably think of some stuff. So
okay.
Okay, so giving a quick recap here of our college picks.
Oh boy.
Last week we mixed it up a little bit. Instead of doing 4 picks, we actually did 5 picks.
That didn't help.
Yeah, didn't help the Zo-Daddy much. Going 1 and 4, and while the ManCandy went strong at 2 and 3.
Oh man. All right, so what's our records?
Your record is 8 and 21, and I'm 9-19 in a push.
Ouch, ouch. Well, we're gonna do five more picks this week. I already have 2 that I'm very confident with.
Yes.
I just have to find my other 3. But 2 picks I'm very confident with. And I'm gonna. You already have yours down?
I do. Yeah,
I'm gonna say
here.
it right here because I really like Georgia.
Okay.
Okay, the +5.
All right.
And then I do like Army. They're way up on top.
Yeah.
Army. What is that? -16. Army will run all over them. So This is the first time I've given picks.
This is your lock?
Those 2. That's 2-0.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 2-0 now. I just got to find 3 more.
All right.
And I'm just hoping to win one of the 3, and then go 3-2.
Well, for those that are interested, it'll be posted either tonight or tomorrow out on X. So take a look at our week 8 picks and let us know what you think. Other than that,
We got our fake sponsor for today.
we do have a fake sponsor for today. Our fake sponsor today, and this is one that they've been a sponsor for a while. We just haven't given them a shout out just yet, and it's very applicable to this episode.
Okay, what is it?
So this week's episode is the ManCandy cologne.
Oh, the ManCandy cologne.
You want to smell fresh and so clean for that first date?
Oh, get that.
Get a little ManCandy cologne.
That would be a great tip. So if you need some ManCandy cologne, let us know. That's guarantee. She's gonna
it's a guarantee.
She's gonna say, "Wow, you smell amazing."
Yeah, they have all those colognes out there right now that I've been seeing with their pheromone infused. Yep. This one's extra pheromone infused. So,
yes.
Yeah. So
that's great.
So when you go up to her and you lean in a little bit, she's like, "Man, you smell like ManCandy."
And then you can't get that, and then she probably smells it for the rest of the.
Yeah.
She goes home and still smells the little ManCandy.
You're locked in.
Oh, great!
You're welcome, listeners. Jeez.
Well, that's it for episode number 20. I hope you guys enjoy, and make sure to use some of those tips. And even if you're married, you can still use some of these tips.
Bring some of those out for your terrific lady days, like we talked about in the marriage tips episode.
Yes.
So.
All right. Well, take care, listeners.
Until next time, make sure to like and follow us here on Spotify, on Apple Music, as well as on Amazon Play. And we'll talk to you later.